Hey now.
Hey.
What's
I
going
like
on,
that
guys?
intro,
Aha.
babe.
Hey guys, it's us again. We
Hello.
are the Williamses. Hey, I beat her to
Yes, he did.
it. And here we are again, just to bring you another edition of Love Unscripted. And so we just want to thank you for allowing us into your home, into your lives, into your day. Hopefully that you had a wonderful and
Yes.
extraordinary weekend. I know we did.
We did.
I know we
Oh
did.
my gosh, we did.
Yes, indeed. And what we want to just start off today with, just saying that there's a topic that, once again, we're inspired just to lay this out there, and hopefully it'll be a blessing to you. And today's topic is going to be, I'm sorry, let me back up a little bit. This is Love Unscripted.
And I didn't even remind you to say who we were.
Yeah.
That's my bad. I'm gonna take that one.
See, I was just rolling. So
yeah, that was corny. We're gonna keep it in there, but that was corny.
All right. It works. But this is my beautiful wife, Ramona, and my name is Wilbert.
There we go.
And today's sorry y'all. And today's topic is it starts and stops with us. And so we just take that from the perspective of where's your thinking? Where is your perspective?
Okay, come on now.
How do you see your present?
Yeah.
And how do you see your future?
Yeah.
Notice I didn't say past. Because the past is in the past.
Yeah.
It's behind you.
Yeah.
So I say all of that to say this. You've got to begin to take a mindset where you view your perspective, your present, and the perspective of your present should be about forecasting forward.
Yeah, for your future.
For your future, you've got to begin to say, okay, how do I take my mindset and give it over to God and say, Lord, direct me.
Yeah.
He's always forward thinking. He's always ever present. He always gets ahead of you. So you've got to make sure you stay on board in his will and allowing him to project you forward, project your lives forward, project your covenant forward.
Yeah.
So in what that does is that stops everything from your past. That stops you from going back in the past. That stops you from reflecting on the past. That's where we get into the mindset of you think on the things above and not the things beneath. Because you've got to take your marriage into an above mindset, into an above thought process, always progressing, loving God, letting him direct your path. Scripture says, delight yourself in him and he will give you desires of your heart. Acknowledge him in all your ways and he will direct your path. So allowing that to happen, you'll find that all the things that used to, that you used to wrestle with, that you may have a present state of thinking that's backwards, everything becomes forward.
Yeah. And just to add to that, so you have your thought process and your perspective, but then what actions are going to follow the thought process and the perspective? And as my husband was talking about not considering or reflecting on the past, that I know takes work, and I'm always about the work. Yes. Because we can't just be talk about it, we have to be about it. And absolutely. So knowing that yes, you had a past, yes, things may have happened in the past, yes, because everybody has a past, yes, but not allowing your past to hop and insert itself in your present, and have a negative impact on your future.
Come on.
And so just thinking about the actions that requires, because it can be, it's good to say, oh, hey, let's not reflect on the past, but what does that mean? What does that look like? And I think the actions that it requires is catching yourself when you do it.
Wow, monitor yourself.
Yeah, monitoring yourself, because the way our brains are built are built to say, okay, this is the present, I'm not going to think past, nor am I going to think towards the future. right?
Good job.
So I think in that you have to literally tell yourself to say, okay, if I have those thoughts, I'm going to stop them, especially if they're not going to be beneficial to where I'm trying to go. Because there are lessons that do happen in the past. So I think in those cases, thinking about what happened that allows you to learn a lesson could be beneficial. Now, thinking about things that, could potentially hold you down, those are the things that you have to stop and not allow to interject itself into your present. And then, like I said, having an impact on your future. So I think that is one of the things, taking action on that. And then in moving forward, in the thought process of it stops and it starts.
Yes.
What do you want to start? What is the thing that you want to start? What is the thing in your marriage? Like, if just thinking about us, if we say, Ramona and Wilbur, when you got married and you became one in your covenant, what are those things that you wanted to aspire towards in your marriage? And what actions do you need to take? Because there were actions that needed to be taken. And it is almost an everyday thing of thinking on those things and working on those things.
That's good.
And then those moments, sometimes we have that just easy, like that, snap to it. We are both on one accord. And sometimes it takes thinking about it. Sometimes it takes communicating about it. Sometimes it takes even showing, okay, this is what I mean. This is how we can do it. Sometimes it requires me, I'm going to say this and I'm going to let you go from here. Sometimes it requires me to take a step back, allowing him to lead the process while I trust him. You know what I'm saying? So what works for your marriage, but what are you working to make it work for your marriage?
Right. So, I love what my wife said. You have to monitor yourself. You have to make sure every day you inspect yourself, inspect your verbiage, inspect your thought process. You can only expect what you inspect.
Yeah.
And I'm sure some of you have heard that terminology before. And what you have to keep in mind is that when you think about things how you grew up and what you encountered when you grew up, and sometimes people will take that and say, it's because of the way I did this or because of the way I did that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's in your past.
Yeah.
Or don't live your present with a broken mindset.
I like that. Exactly. Yeah.
So
one more time. Yes.
Don't live your present with a broken mindset, because what you'll end up doing is your present will you can devastate and desecrate your moment. You can devastate and desecrate your future.
Yeah.
By living in the present with a broken mindset that may be relative to your past, but not relative to your present or your future. My future, our future.
Yeah, and can I jump in right here?
Yeah, go ahead.
And just, knowing that here we have the opportunity to have a future, and my mindset has an impact not just on me, but on us, on him. And the idea of knowing, you even have to almost recognize that there is a broken mindset there, right? If you don't recognize that there is something that could be broken, needs to be tweaked, needs to be fixed, if you are always in that I'm right, I'm never wrong position, it's going to be difficult.
Yes.
And here again, I'm thinking of going into the dialogue room, being naked enough in the dialogue room, and being present and reflecting and monitoring enough to be able to say, dang, or maybe you don't recognize it, but your spouse recognizes it. But he has positioned himself in order for you to feel vulnerable enough to receive from him, and he's positioned himself, and it doesn't always have to be from the husband to the wife, it can be the other way around. But he has, in this example, he has positioned himself in a space where I know I can be vulnerable with him, and that I trust when he says something to me. It's not an attack. It's not a attack on my character or anything like that. It's just simply like, hey, babe, can I bring this to your attention? This is something that I feel. Can we talk about this? And bring up the idea of why maybe he feels that something or the way I'm thinking or acting has a broken mindset, and I think bringing it to the forefront, is something that could be a little hard to hear, right? It let me X that. It will be hard to hear, especially if you are used to the mindset that you have. But it's something that can be so beneficial to your marriage, knowing that, hey, I have maybe a broken mindset, maybe he has a broken mindset, but together, if we're willing to work on it, we can, think of how strong you can become when you look at and attack those weaknesses that you may have as a couple. Well, I think an individual first, but then as a couple, and then it's like the sky is the limit, because you have snuffed out that thing that could potentially, cause havoc in your marriage, because you a broken mindset, it makes it so difficult sometimes to communicate to. It makes it so difficult sometimes to, let's say one of you wants to, let's charge ahead to our future. We have some goals to accomplish. We have purpose and missions that we need to serve. But then one of the two has this mindset that is not quite there. It makes it difficult because when we join together, and we are on that mission and we're on one accord, so much that happens, so much that gets accomplished. So, our mind gets blown on a regular basis when we think about us being on one accord,
testimony
and
testimony
after testimony,
yes.
being in alignment. But when there is opportunity for a misalignment,
right? So I want to say this, just, first and foremost, be honest with yourself about who you are and your shortfalls. Be honest with your spouse about your feelings, about something that may be concerning you.
Yeah.
Vice versa. Be open to listen. Be open to be subjective. Be open to, respond in a loving way. Be open to be naked. Be open to be naked. Say it again. No.
I don't know if I'm supposed to sing that song. What? Yes.
So, be honest. Be honest. And I assure you that when that happens, and you're willing to grow away from the old and embrace the new. Yeah. It's like there's a scripture in the Bible that says you can't put old wine into a new bottle.
Yeah, I like that. Make it contemporary.
You can't. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
And so you've got to begin to say, this is a new life. This is a new beginning. This is a fresh start. It's no longer two, but you're one. You're one. You're sharing in the oneness. Yeah. You're sharing in the newness. You're sharing in a future that's brighter than your past. Much brighter. So bright that you need to wear sunglasses.
Man, I wish I had some shades right now.
And you've got to embrace that future. You've got to begin to say, this is where we start. So we stop all of the other. Yeah. We stop all of the noise, all of the friction, all of the stuff that drowns out your present state of thinking, that affects it, that interrupts it, that interrupts your love, that interrupts your communication, all the negative noise that interrupts your communication, that interrupts your peace of mind, that drags you down in a moment's notice. We stop all of that noise and we embrace the peace, the new, the wealth of things that God has in store for you. Yeah. You've got to lay down the old and rise up in the new. And that takes a renewing your mind, renewing your spirit, embracing who God is in your life, embracing the life that he's given you. And you've got to walk forward. Don't look back, and charge. And not just walk, but run. Run this race, finish your course, finish strong, build anew, establish yourself, establish a foundation for your covenant, establish a new foundation for your life, for your wife, for your husband, establish a foundation for your children, establish a foundation for your new home, all of the things that God has in store for you. Receive it, and trust me, he's delivering. He's always wanted to give it to you. Always. You're the one that's holding him up. Because you're not in position, because you're living in the past. But if you live in the present, because God is always trying to forecast you forward, he's always pushing you, he's always causing you to say, I want to take you to the next level. He's trying to take you up to the next level, 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 way more than where you are right now. Even in this conversation, God is taking us up to the next level. And so we're able to recognize, like what my wife said, you've got to be willing to recognize where you were and be honest and admit it. And what you'll find is you'll grow. And so again, raising you up. And then once you come up, you know how to love better. You know how to orchestrate your life better. You're more open to receive wisdom. You're open to receive so much more from your spouse, and trust me, it will open them up to give more. It will make them want to love you like you've never been loved before. So that's how you orchestrate start with your future, start with your present, and finish strong in your future. And you begin to say to yourself, man, why didn't I do this sooner? Why was I?
But that's the start. That's the start. Right? Because we said stops and it starts.
Come on.
That's the start. You don't even have to reflect on why I didn't do this sooner.
Oh, that's good, right?
I think you're going to make a kind of a different point, but, I think it's a good place to interject. It starts with you. So wherever your start is, that's where it is.
That's where it is.
Once you recognize, if you're watching this video and you have this moment like, oh my gosh, I don't want to waste another second, another moment, another breath, not starting my start, not starting our start. Maybe the beginning was just a warm up. Maybe it was you just learning the ropes, sitting down for that 101 course. Woo! And now it's time to take the next, the 201, the 300 courses. I think they have 400 courses too. To take those upper level courses, the only thing is you have to start. So, knowing that your start requires the things that my husband was just talking about, and insert yourself into that position. And so it stops with you, and it also starts with you. You have an opportunity. And as my husband was talking, I just had this really strong sense of my heart going out to marriages and couples.
Come on.
Because I know it is needed. And just a moment of transparency and being real. We are not in front of you to say we are perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But we are here to say we work at it. We love working at it. We love what comes from us working at it. We love learning about each other. We love the moments we get to be together and be silly. And we're like, oh my God, babe, did that just happen? Because of our alignment, and so we have this strong passion for other couples to be in whatever lane they're supposed to be in order for their marriage to flourish, in order for them to be a couple who is a power couple, and not just speaking about money, but a power with the power of God to do the things that he has purposed you to do here on the earth as a covenant couple. And so I really thank God for the opportunity to be in front of you, because I know it's purposeful. We know it's purposeful.
Yes.
And so I don't want to end it here, because babe, you might want to add something else to this. But just a strong sense of God is so willing to meet you where you are.
Oh yes.
He is so willing to meet you where you are.
Beautiful. So don't give another breath
Yeah.
to your brokenness. Don't give it any breathing room.
Yeah, come on, babe.
Let it suffocate. Let it die. Don't open your mouth to it. Don't give it another thought. But breathe life into your present.
Yeah.
Breathe life into your future.
Yeah. Breathe
life into your the heritage that you're leaving for your children.
Yes, that legacy. Yeah.
Breathe life into the legacy that you're going to set up for your future that's coming behind you.
Yeah, that's good, babe.
You're no longer two, but you're one. Breathe life into your oneness.
Yes. Ooh, that's deep.
Breathe life into the now.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That's beautiful. That's so beautiful.
Breathe life into the now.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like I was just saying, we are so grateful for the people that God has placed in front of us.
Hallelujah.
And we believe that this is just the beginning. We know God is doing some wonderful things in our lives for the purpose that He has set forth for us in the kingdom. And so we're thankful, and we are thankful for your lives, for your stop and for your start.
Come on.
And for your future and for your hope and for the good plans that He has already set up for you. He's just waiting for your start. He is waiting. There's no denial. What God has for you, it is for you. So He is just waiting. I promise you, for somebody, this is confirmation.
Yeah.
It is absolute confirmation. And I want you to be able to receive what it is that God has for you individually as well. Absolutely, as a couple, but also individually.
In the beginning, this is just the beginning, y'all.
Yeah.
Look at this very moment, saying, this is the beginning.
This is the beginning.
So I want to say hope to you all.
Yes.
Blessings to you all. Because you're no longer two, but you're one.
I love it. Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Cool beans. Cool beans.
So we got
you guys take care.
Got an interesting outro for you. Gotta go turn it off.
Bye.
Bye, guys.